At 25, most financial mistakes are recoverable. You can waste money, switch careers, ignore investing, make impulsive decisions, and time quietly fixes many of those problems for you. But your 40s are different. By the time most people reach their 40s, the financial decisions they make start becoming permanent. The margin for error shrinks. Retirement gets closer. Expenses become heavier. Responsibilities multiply. And the terrifying part is that many people don't realize they're making catastrophic money mistakes until it's too late to easily reverse them. According to recent retirement studies, millions of Americans in their 40s have less than $100,000 saved for retirement. Many have far less. At the exact stage of life when income should be peaking and wealth should be compounding rapidly, financial stress often becomes worse than ever. Not because people are lazy, not because they're unintelligent, but because modern life quietly pushes people into financial traps that become extremely dangerous during middle age. Today, I'm going to walk you through the biggest money mistakes people make in their 40s, the habits that quietly destroy retirement security, the psychological traps that keep high earners financially fragile, and why many people earning more money than ever before still feel trapped, anxious, and unprepared for the future. Because your 40s are not just another decade financially. They're the decade where your long-term financial trajectory becomes difficult to change. Let me start with the biggest mistake of all. Mistake number 1, believing there's still plenty of time. This is the lie that quietly destroys more financial futures than almost anything else. At 42, retirement still feels far away. At 45, people still think, I'll start taking investing seriously soon. At 48, I'll catch up later. But compounding does not care about intentions. It only responds to time. And by your 40s, time starts becoming incredibly expensive. Someone investing $500 monthly, starting at age 25, could end up with over $1 million by retirement at historical market returns. Someone starting at 45 may need to invest 3 or 4 times as much every month just to reach a similar outcome. That's the brutal math of delayed investing. Your 40s are when people suddenly realize that retirement is no longer an abstract future problem. It's approaching rapidly, and many panic when they discover how little they've actually accumulated. This creates the second major mistake, trying to catch up too aggressively. People who ignored investing for years often become desperate in their 40s. Suddenly they chase risky investments, gamble on speculative assets, follow financial influencers promising fast wealth, overtrade stocks, buy into hype cycles, because psychologically, they feel behind. And feeling behind financially is incredibly dangerous. It pushes people toward emotional decision-making. But wealth building almost never happens through panic. It happens through consistency. The person calmly investing for 20 years usually outperforms the person desperately trying to make up for lost time. This is one reason many middle-aged investors lose money during bubbles and crashes. Fear of missing out becomes stronger than logic. And financial desperation creates vulnerability to bad decisions. Mistake number 3, lifestyle inflation during peak earning years. This is where many high-income professionals quietly destroy their future. By your 40s, income is often significantly higher than it was in your 20s or 30s. But instead of building wealth aggressively, many people expand their lifestyle to consume almost all of it. Bigger homes, luxury cars, private schools, expensive vacations, constant upgrades, higher monthly obligations everywhere. The problem isn't enjoying success. The problem is permanently increasing fixed costs. Because once a lifestyle becomes normal, it becomes emotionally painful to reverse. A $6,000 monthly mortgage quickly starts feeling necessary. The luxury SUV becomes standard. The expensive neighborhood becomes part of identity. And suddenly, even very high earners feel trapped. Many people in their 40s are not financially free. They are financially committed. Their lifestyle requires constant high income simply to survive. This creates enormous hidden stress. A job loss becomes catastrophic. A recession becomes terrifying. Burnout becomes impossible to escape. Because their entire financial structure depends on maintaining income at all times. This is why some people earning $250,000 annually still feel anxious about money every single month. Not because they don't earn enough, but because their obligations expanded alongside their income. Mistake number 4, ignoring retirement math completely. Many people know they should save more, but almost nobody calculates what retirement actually costs. And when people finally do the math in their 40s, the numbers are often shocking. A couple wanting $100,000 annually in retirement may need roughly $2.5 million invested, depending on withdrawal strategy and inflation assumptions. Most middle-aged Americans are nowhere close to that number. And because retirement feels emotionally distant, many continue behaving as if there's infinite time remaining. But there isn't. The later people wait, the harder catching up becomes. This is why your 40s are such a financially critical decade. It's the moment where denial starts colliding with reality. Mistake number 5, keeping up appearances. This one quietly destroys millions of financial lives. By middle age, social comparison becomes deeply embedded into identity. People compare homes, schools, vacations, neighborhoods, cars, careers, lifestyles. Many spend enormous amounts of money simply trying to avoid looking unsuccessful. And modern social media makes this dramatically worse. Everyone appears wealthier online. Everyone appears happier. Everyone appears financially secure. What people rarely see is the debt underneath those lifestyles. Credit card balances, car loans, home equity debt, finance consumption, retirement accounts that barely exist. The pressure to appear successful financially often becomes strongest, precisely when people should be focusing on long-term stability instead. And this creates one of the most dangerous traps of middle age. People optimize for looking wealthy instead of becoming wealthy. Those are very different goals. Mistake number 6, supporting adult lifestyles with childlike financial habits. This is more common than most people realize. By your 40s, life becomes structurally expensive. You may have children, aging parents, medical costs, mortgages, insurance, education expenses. But many people still manage money emotionally instead of strategically. Impulse spending, ignoring budgets, avoiding investment planning, spending first and saving later. These behaviors are survivable in your 20s. In your 40s, they become dangerous because responsibilities are larger and recovery time is shorter. The financial systems that worked during early adulthood often collapse under middle-aged financial pressure. Mistake number 7, underestimating health costs. This is one of the least discussed financial realities of aging. Health expenses begin rising significantly during middle age for many people. Prescriptions, insurance premiums, unexpected procedures, specialists, chronic conditions, and many people enter their 40s financially unprepared for these costs entirely. Worse, poor health habits earlier in life often start becoming expensive now. Medical debt remains one of the leading causes of financial stress in America. And health problems don't just cost money directly. They reduce flexibility, reduce energy, reduce earning power, sometimes permanently. People often spend decades sacrificing health to build income, only to spend massive amounts later trying to recover the health they lost. Mistake number 8, believing income alone will solve everything. This mindset traps countless high earners. They assume, if I just earn a little more, everything will finally feel okay. But many people discover that higher income without behavioral change simply creates more expensive problems. Someone bad with money at $70,000 often remains bad with money at $170,000. Only now, the car is more expensive, the debt is larger, the mortgage is heavier, the lifestyle is harder to maintain. Income amplifies habits. It does not automatically fix them. This is why some people earning modest salaries quietly build wealth, while others earning 6 figures remain financially fragile for decades. One builds assets, the other builds obligations. Mistake number 9, not preparing emotionally for aging. This sounds unrelated to money at first. It isn't. Many middle-aged spending decisions are emotional reactions to aging itself. Luxury purchases, status spending, cosmetic lifestyle upgrades, trying to feel young again. People panic when they realize time is moving faster, and many unconsciously use consumption to fight that discomfort. But emotional spending becomes extremely expensive during middle age because the financial consequences are now magnified. A $90,000 car at 25 is a mistake. A $90,000 car at 48 may directly delay retirement by years. The closer retirement gets, the more every large financial decision matters. Mistake number 10. Never defining what enough actually means. This may be the most important point in the entire video. Many people spend their entire lives chasing financial targets without ever defining what level of lifestyle genuinely satisfies them. So the goalposts move forever. A bigger house, a nicer neighborhood, more luxury, more upgrades, more status. And because there's no clear definition of enough, income increases never create lasting satisfaction. The lifestyle simply expands again. People earning $300,000 can feel just as financially stressed as people earning $80,000 because expectations rose alongside income. This endless expansion destroys wealth building because wealth requires margin, and margin only exists when spending grows slower than income. That's the secret many financially secure people eventually discover. Real financial peace rarely comes from unlimited income. It comes from controlled lifestyle growth, from understanding that freedom matters more than appearance, that optionality matters more than status, that having money matters more than looking like you have money. The people who enter their 50s financially calm usually made one critical decision in their 40s. They stopped trying to impress people and started trying to protect their future instead. That shift changes everything. Because your 40s are the decade where financial habits stop feeling theoretical, the consequences become real. Retirement gets closer, recovery time shrinks, responsibilities increase. And the financial choices made during this decade often determine whether someone experiences freedom later in life or financial anxiety that never fully disappears. The good news is that awareness changes behavior. Most people don't need perfect investing strategies. They don't need extreme frugality. They don't need overnight success. They simply need to stop making the expensive mistakes that quietly compound against them for decades. Because financial freedom is rarely destroyed all at once. It's usually destroyed slowly, through years of unnoticed habits, emotional spending, delayed planning, and lifestyle inflation that felt harmless in the moment. And by the time many people realize what happened, they've already traded most of their future flexibility away.